My question goes back to the same verse because it comes again.
Which one?
إن جعلناه قرآنا عربيا this time لعلكم تعقلون.
Yeah.
It was the previous surah. I can't remember which verse it was.
What was
Here,
this?
Quran. In here it says إنا جعلناه قرآنا عربيا لعلكم تعقلون.
Yeah. So what's the point? What's the question?
The here in the previous verse is mentioned differently. In here, is the meaning totally changed? Is it because the language is easy? Because it says لعلكم تعقلون, you may be able to understand. Or why? What is it? What is the interpretation? Is it a simple language? Is it a fluent language? Is it the Arab? Because why it doesn't? It's in the interpretation, it doesn't say that it's the Arabic language. It says a fluent language. So
No, it says Arabic.
on that interpretation, in the our interpretation, it doesn't say that this is Arabic. It says it's a fluent language.
Sometimes, if the straightforward meaning is not correct, okay, we try to find something which can suit the real meaning. For example, when Allah said, "Yadullah fawqa aydihim," okay, we do believe that Allah has no hands. Okay, so we try to find something which could suit Almighty God, Subhanahu wa Taala. So we said, "Yadullah fawqa aydihim" means His power, okay, His qudra is above their abilities and their powers. But if the straightforward meaning is acceptable, then we don't have the right to find something different meaning.
That's what
unless if there is a karina.
they did in here.
Yeah.
They haven't put in translation that this Quran is Arabic.
As I said, if the Quran says Qur'anan Arabiyan, okay, then we said Arabian means fluent. Okay. We mentioned this last time. We said yes, it's Arabic, but means not the general Arabic
but the
terms.
context, the question in here is because in this context it says
لعلكم
تعقلون.
Yes.
Does it mean that is it an easy language people can understand, or is it the Quran revealed for the specific people and the geographically because they could only understand?
Yeah, I mean, in fact, because the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was living. Say salawat wa Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. Because the Prophet was living in that geographical area, okay, and those people were the first people being targeted by the Prophet, and the da'wah started with them. Because maybe the presence, maybe if the Prophet was sent to the West people at that time, maybe the language would be different. But because his existence in that area, in that holy area, and he will start with his ummah, with his nation, then Allah maybe chose. Maybe there are more than one reason why Allah make it in Arabic, okay? But وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَا مِنْ رَسُولٍ إِلَّا بِلِسَانِ قَوْمٍ. Okay, so لِيُبَيِّنَ لَهُمْ. When Allah sent Nabiullah Musa or Lut, or always He will speak with them, He will call them and ask them to follow His message by the same tongue, by the same language. So لَعَلَّهُمْ يَعْقِلُونَ. Allah means, or maybe he wants to say that this is we send it with your language, okay, specifically Quraysh, who are Afsah al-Arab at that time, okay, to make it easy for you to accept. Okay, this is we send it in your terminology, in your.
So in order for them to not have any excuse,
exactly.
We don't understand.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because Allah has mentioned if we, for example, they said, why don't Allah send an angel for us? This is just a human, okay, like us. Why should we follow him? What characteristics he has in order for us to follow? So why don't Allah, for example, choose a rich man? Okay, this is great characteristics. This might encourage us to follow. why don't Allah make it angel? Then Allah said to him, وَلَوْ جَعَلْنَاهُ مَلَكًا لَجَعَلْنَاهُ رَجُلًا وَلَلَبِسْنَا عَلَيْهِ مَا يَلْبِسُونَ. Okay, even if he is an angel, okay, they will not accept for a huge creature to come to them. We may, like most of the time when Jibreel alayhi salam went to come down to the Prophet, he been converted himself as a man. Yes, as a human being. So this is to make it easy for them to accept. But Assalamu alaikum. Yes.
Short
Yes,
comment.
please.
I think another. No, it's okay.
It's okay.
There might be ladies to listen.
I think the
We
other.
remove the echo.
No.
Think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the other reasons, in my opinion, just to call Hajj,
Yeah, this is what he just
just to
mentioned.
call Hajj, because there's another verse said in the Quran, ولو جعلناها قرآنا أعجميا.
لأن قالوا لولا فصلت آيات.
Yes.
So I think there's also that Hajj.
This is another ayah. If we made different language,
He will say
Yeah.
Because Nabi Muhammad start with his own people. First of all, he's been asked to under Ashiratik to create a basement to them, and I think my idea is
it's very good, very good.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so I was just going to say, I think reading it in Juz 26 might be Surah Muhammad that you mentioned. So if we give Quran in other language, they can say we are not understanding.
Yeah, this is what he just said.
As he was saying.
Yes.
But in addition to Quran, it seems there are a number of things which come to us as a religious, like prayer, namaz.
Yeah.
I think on that time for us, it was a respect to bend, and it was more difficult to put the head on the earth. It was the most, difficult respect on that time. So might be that was one of the reasons. So obviously the namaz, the things, it is linked with that culture on that time, which come to prayer. Like sajda on that time, you said it was very difficult for them to accept to put head on the surface. So in terms of the prayer or other acts, so there are a number of things which came from their inhabitants' culture and things to us in Islam. Like it's Arabic, like I say,
Your question.
they will say,
your question exactly you mean.
So my
Because
question-
that's a prayer, that's
no, I'm saying like it Quran says, obviously if it was in another language, so the people will say, we're not understanding what is this, right? So that is one ayah. And similarly, the prayer, like there are things, steps in prayers, might be prayer in another form. If that culture was, the thing was, to give respect, obviously, obviously to give the sajda was the most difficult thing for them to put head on the surface. So my question is, might be was the culture, the things on that time which led to the prayer in this form?
Like if there was something more difficult, then it would be like
then,
that.
so Allah
That's
put
it.
that way to us.
Can I comment on that?
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
One of the things I have noticed in Judaism and Christianity, yeah? Sorry, thank you. The prayer that the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught us is an Ibrahimi prayer. It's an Ibrahimi prayer, And one of the things that I have noticed when I was like studying Christianity and Judaism and so forth is that you find all of the elements of our prayers, sajda and all of that, in the Old Testament.
So it was there.
So it was there before.
Exactly same.
Yeah. No, I mean, mind when I say all the elements, qiyam and ruku and sujud and so on, they're all there. I have a very famous Bible in Canada. I call it my combat Bible. I use it to fight Christians. I have all these things on the line. So I was looking for things like that. So this is something that is, it is before, I would say, our Islam. It is Islamic.
Yeah.
You see, and so it goes back in that Ibrahimi tradition.
Okay, so the all arkan,
Arakana, you know, the steps we do in the prayer, so these are not new. So these are from.
They're not new, but they might be in a different form.
Yeah, that's
You
what I'm
see,
asking.
they might be in a different form, but they're the same elements. You know what I mean? For example, I don't know if the sajda came after the ruku or the ruku came after the sajda.
Yeah,
You know, at that time. But it's it's all there. It's all there. Yeah.
Jazakallah.
So to go back to the question about the Arabic, I mean, maybe another point is on top of the point that the Prophet has to speak the language of the people that he's talking to them so they can understand. The other point is, which is the point of Ijaz.
Yes, that point.
The point of Ijaz, Allah keeps in the Quran, He keeps challenging the people that you cannot bring a book like this. If the book was in a different language, it won't be in Ijaz for them. But Allah is telling them, this is in your own language. This is and it is a mu'jiz book. They challenge them to bring something like this because they speak the same language. So that's, I think that's maybe another.
But you know, that would limit the Ijaz to the Arabic speaker.
Yeah.
You see? And that means it would mean nothing for us, in a sense. Right? But the Quran has very beautiful, mu'jizah in it. Very beautiful. I mean, for example, right now in this time, we have communications. For example, somebody drew a graph, right, of the surahs. You know, for example, maybe you might have seen it. You know, on the y-axis, right? Don't worry about it. You know, the y-axis and the x-axis, they have, for example, the highest number of verses and so forth. You know, and he plots it, right? And it comes out Allah in Arabic. Now, who would have thought this even then? Recently, I saw another one that was talking about quantum physics, right? Verses are talking about quantum physics, right? It uses Quranic verses. You know what I mean? So anybody could know this. You see, it's open for everybody. I think it's a mu'jizah for everybody. You know.
The Ijaz is not just one dimension. It's
many dimensions. Yeah. Many dimensions. You know what I mean? Like, for example, I was telling you about how I experienced the English Quran. You know, right? How it affected me. You see? Another thing I remember when I just came home, I just started studying. I was in like the first 3 months or something. You know, and I was doing a special a'mal for Salatul Layl, special amal. And there was a time came that I could ask the Quran anything, all right? And it would tell me exactly what I needed to know. So I mean, it is something. I think what we really need to know is to have uns with Quran, you know? And of course, knowing the Arabic language helps with that, you see? But other people, they can have their own uns with Quran. Whether you're Malaysian, whether you're African, whether you're Chinese, you can have your own uns with Quran, and Quran becomes your friend. And then you see how it talks to you and guides you and speaks to you like your friend, just like your friend. You know, anyway, I won't talk too much.
I just want to elaborate on one of this is a very beautiful ayah in page 490, verse number 18. It says, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. No, I'll go to my microphone. أَوَمَنْ يُنَشَّأُ فِي الْحِلْيَةِ وَهُوَ فِي الْخِصَامِ غَيْرُ مُبِينٍ. أَوَمَنْ يُنَشَّأُ, whoever been Yunasha means growing up. Anyone who is growing up. Fil hilya, this is the singular of huli. Huli is the plural form, means the luxury life or the jewelry, the gold. So anyone who grow up in such environment, what's the outcome of such life? وَهُوَ فِي الْخِصَامِ غَيْرُ مُبِينٍ. If he face conflicts or facing an argument, then most likely he'll be weaker in defending himself or herself. This is because of the parents, if they provide their kids or their children with a luxury life, and they wanted to do everything for their child, they don't give them enough time to practice defending themselves by themselves. And this is because of the mercy we have as a parents. We want to make everything for our child, and we thought this is the best for them. But in fact, even when they want to practice simple arguments with other people, or when they face conflicts, they cannot clearly mention their opinion or their view, which make them facing more difficulties in life. So Allah maybe wanted to tell us from this ayah that don't hurry up and do everything for them. Let them sometimes think how they can solve their problems. Yeah. Let them face the difficulty. We are, for example, now in the month of Ramadan. We feel, no, it's a long day. Our kids cannot fast. Without even, we ask them, do you feel difficulty? Is it hard for you to do it? We take decision on their behalf and tell them, no, don't fast. So I find it one of the good ayah. Any elaboration?
I'm just thinking about swimming. You know, sometimes the best way to teach a child to swim is to throw him in the water.
Yeah, that's a good idea, yeah. Sometimes it works that way, because the fear they have, it stops them from taking one step to do it. But so I think there is no much time. We'll keep, inshallah, we'll invite Sheikh الحنيف to give his speech. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد.